Let's learn how to make Sukuna's finger. A little while ago I made this capo for my guitar. This is just a quick tutorial on how I made the finger part. Don't forget to save this video. Do keep in mind, you don't need to make a capo. You can just make the finger if you wanted a cool prop. Let's start with materials. The first thing you'll need is a paintbrush. You'll need some paint. I used acrylic for this. You only really need the primary colors, blue, red, and yellow. You're gonna need some clay. For this project, I'm using foam clay. You don't need that much. You can see me demonstrating a ball that's roughly the size of my palm. I only used about 75% though. And then a sculpting tool. I have this one meant for clay, but any sharp pointy object should work. I'm using this floss pick just to demonstrate. Optionally, a capo and magnetic tape if you plan to make the capo, and then some varnish if you do want to protect it, but it's not necessary. The first thing you want to do is divide the clay into two balls. One of them should be slightly bigger than the other, and that's going to be the main body of the finger. You now go ahead and roll it out to about the size of your finger. Make sure when you're rolling that one of the ends is slightly narrower. That's going to help shape the fingernail. At this point, you can press your capo in just to make an indent so that your capo will fit later. It will compress as you work, but you can fix it up. Now you can make the general outline of the fingernail. You do that by just making the point sharper, and you'll add in detail later. And then you can start making little squigglies at the end. Don't be afraid to go crazy with this. It is like a rotten finger after all, so the crazier the better. Also, make sure the top part of the finger is narrower than the bottom part. That's going to show that there's a joint in the finger. With the smaller ball of clay, rip off some small pieces and roll them out. You can attach these randomly. Make sure you have one for the middle joint. The rest can go on the bottom, as you can see me doing. You don't have to use all the clay, just however much you feel satisfied with. You can use a sharp object to form the clay as you want. You want to try to push and pull the clay around to get the little creases in the finger. And then with the pieces that you attach, make sure that everything is smooth. You should wait at least 24 hours before you start painting. Here I just did a quick coat of red paint, watered down. Do keep in mind, after every coat of paint, make sure to let it dry completely, or at least most of the way. Now for some detail. I really just use red and blue paint and then mix this dark purple. You can paint over any areas you think would be darker, so in any crevices in the fingernail. You can add more blue to make it darker purple. Use this color for any parts that are the darkest. And then I take some red and this goldenish yellow. This is going to act as a highlight. Go over any part that's on the top of a bump. So essentially the middle of everything that's not a crevice. Once you're satisfied, make sure to let it dry completely. From here you can decide if you want to protect it with your varnish. You can add the magnetic tape onto the capo and inside the finger. Make sure the polarities are correct, and that's about it. You have Sukuna's finger.